Greetings, minions, and welcome to Unmade Gaming. We are back for another episode, the final episode this season of Knights of Truth. With me, as always, has been Bob. See that, Bob? You got first. KW Frags, the Mythomatic Man himself, and the one and only Mick Loken. That being said, if you guys want to support the channel, please go check out our Patreon. If you want to support this show, check down in the donation section down below for all the fun ways you can interact with the channel and the show. And let's jump right into things and kick off this night the right way. Bob, take us back to the Ninth World.
You mean ahead to the Ninth World?
Or ahead.
Yeah,
or back, because we're going back there again.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. That's literally how it happens in the Ninth World.
It is.
What, everyone turns into fucking M&M?
Yeah.
Yeah, check your shirt. There's spaghetti on it.
It just happens.
Oh, fucking god damn it!
Yeah.
Welcome to the Ninth World. You got spaghetti on your shirt.
Have some spaghetti, bitch.
Mom spaghetti. All right. So when last we met, you guys evaded the massive creature and got soaked up into the caravan of Order of Truth members and the Gaians. It was led by an adversary who, for some reason, was very friendly with you guys after trying to kill you. And you guys were just cool with it. So, in fact, you even convinced them to let you travel with them.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. And that's where we're going to pick up. We'll say that you guys have been traveling for, we'll say a few days, maybe about 3 or 4. Because we're limited on time, what do you guys want to do during that period of time? I was trying to figure out a way to word that.
I want to log into Roll20 because I left myself a note for today and I don't remember what it is, and then I'll let you know.
Are you trying to say that Roll20 exists in the Ninth World?
Yes.
Yeah, but your tablet's broken.
Shit. I'll never know what I want.
It makes you feel any better. I had some more.
It has to be me needed.
I am currently scoping out all of the opposition, how many there are, what their patterns are, and I don't know if I know if they're snipers or not. No, was the one that perceived that? I don't remember.
During that time, yeah, but we'll say this. You have figured out that there is an advanced unit here that usually rolls with the cloaked person that you now have learned the name is Morden.
Well, okay, his name's Morden.
They are advanced trained. Think of like SEALs almost.
Okay.
Like Navy SEALs or SEALs?
Like actual SEALs. Like, Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to try to locate some fish. And I'm going to train them to respond to 3 honks, and they have to do a backflip. And once they do the backflip, I give them a fish.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an intellect check. Difficulty 5.
Okay. Let's read.
Actually, because you're in the desert, we'll say it's a 6.
Okay.
Do you have anything that would minus this?
I don't know. Survival.
Okay. You were able to find 5 macro, but unfortunately, macro do not have the intelligence enough to learn such complicated maneuvers. And with that, the SEALs were not, in fact, receptive, unfortunately.
There goes my plan of escape. Well,
mackerels.
I have 5 mackerels now. So basically what I'm doing is seeing who the biggest threats are and how I'm going to kill them.
Okay, so you probably would guess that Morden would probably be the biggest threat. You have learned that they, in past episodes as well, that they are cipherist. They have the most of their ability comes from their use of ciphers and amongst other things, Numenera in general. They are powerful, and they're definitely something that is going to be, if that's going to be your top target to take out. The 3 members that are with them that are from this elite organization are definitely strong in their own right, and you probably guess somewhere along the line of proxy.
All right. I'm going to kill me some proxies.
Okay. With them, they also have 15 standard soldiers.
No. die easy.
Okay. The Gaians are in numbers of 30.
Are the Gaians combat trained?
How about this? Someone's gonna, if you guys were attempting to talk to the Gaians, someone's gonna have to give me some pretty serious interaction rolls.
I wouldn't be talking to the Gaians because I have zero idea what Scout was doing because none of that makes sense to me.
I'm invisible.
Oh, I fucking forgot you were invisible.
Yeah, you're still invisible to this point. Actually,
Gem.
I'm too afraid to not be invisible now because then they're gonna be like, "Yo, where did this guy come from?"
I'm assuming that. I'm assuming that one of you guys have it. I just don't know who.
You guys probably have my stuff. So someone's my R2D2 is gonna throw me a maul as soon as shit hits the fan.
I've never seen R2D2 throw a maul. Who has the gem?
I don't. I think Nell has it.
One of you guys have it, so someone just take responsibility for it.
The what now?
Gem, the invisible gem.
Oh, I just touched it. I don't remember actually taking the thing.
It's also been 3 days, so you guys could have passed it off too.
Sure. Let's say I have a backpack because I can't fight, so I have all of Scout's things and the gem.
Okay.
Because I'm useless in combat. I can
and you said Mike, you said you're specifically not talking to the Gaians, correct?
No, I specifically am. Because I have no idea what the hell Scout's doing, where it looks to me like he's just checking out soldiers because that's what he's into, and I'm not one to judge. But I have no idea of the tactical benefits of checking out soldiers walking in file.
Can you speak their language?
The Gaians?
Yeah, they don't speak Shin.
I don't speak Shin either. I speak the truth.
Oh yeah, but the truth would be only for you. Shin would be the trade talk in between.
Then no.
Can I say I speak Gaian? Because I fucked up and I picked the truth as a language, and that's when you guys told me that's a common language, and I was like, oh fuck.
Here's the problem with that, because that's pretty meta, right? Just throwing the thing in there. Nell, I know for fact does in fact speak it, but he's also invisible. So for the sake of making a hard choice, I'm going to say no to you.
Okay.
Deneen.
I have a language I need to pick.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have the gem.
Can you have it?
Yeah.
Of course you can have it. It's inside this bag. Here, hold on. Let me stop. And just everyone, everyone just wait to read? This is very heavy.
No, we're fine. Keep moving.
I'm sorry. What?
I don't want everyone to know that I want.
Oh, then in that case, I'm gonna scrunch down like this so you can reach inside of it. It's in the bag. It's deep in the bag.
Yep. Okay. Thank you. All right. Yep.
Just
Oh wow, the water back here is hard to find. Oh, yep. No, there it is.
Way in there. The deeper you go, the better it gets.
DM intrusion. GM intrusion. As you're pulling out the water and the gem, which I'm assuming that you're smart enough to pull something out with it, if you accept this, someone's going to see the gem.
Hold, please. No, I don't accept it.
You don't accept?
No.
Okay.
I nay accept. I will then pull out the gem.
Okay.
In the water and without them seeing, using an experience to say nah, DM. Yeah, I'll take the gem.
Okay.
And as far as we know, when we touch the gem, we get invisible.
I'm going to say that you have to focus on it for a second. So it's not like you just touch it and then it happens. But as far as you know, is because Nell is already invisible, by you activating this, you're going to become Nell.
What?
Yeah, because it stores someone's color and form and everything.
I will become Nell's.
What happened last time is Scout picked it up and became invisible, and then when Nell went to go touch it to also become invisible, and Nell looked like Scout. So it's basically perfect disguise kit.
Okay.
As long as you get
the person you're disguising as is invisible.
Correct.
Well, yeah, Nell's currently invisible, yes.
And I did say that you did have to activate it last time too, which avoided you guys from beating someone up, making them touch it, and then becoming them.
Cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you still have it and want to use it?
Yeah, I have it. Okay.
Okay.
I guess in me grabbing everything out of the backpack, I want to tell him. I said, we need to somehow get this. We somehow need to get the hooded man. Is that Morden?
Yeah.
We somehow need to get Morden.
Morty.
Hey, Morty. And we need to get him to get. He needs to focus on this. I want to assimilate to be Morden. I need to know what he's doing, and I need to know who he's following orders from, and I need to know what his orders are.
Okay, you're not going to get that information from the gem, you know that, right? You'd have to.
Oh, I know. I'm telling this to Denny.
Oh, okay.
Do I know how to How do you activate this thing, Bob?
You just think about it hard.
Okay.
You gotta focus. So I mean,
so there's no way to force someone to think about it.
Hey, look at this thing I found. Do you know what it is? And if he thinks about it, maybe he becomes invisible.
I think you have to think about becoming invisible, right? Is that how that works, Bob?
We're getting too much. It has to be activated. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to forcibly make someone else activate it, which is why that is important.
You got to figure out,
what is the trigger command? Is it like turn on, right? Or like how do I make them forcibly activate it? Is the question.
You could just try to hand it to him, and his own curiosity will.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because that's what happened before. If we
cool.
This thing.
But that still leaves him becoming Nell. Like if I hand this to him now, I'm like, oh my god, I found this thing, friend. He turns into Nell.
Unless I become uninvisible and
how does he? Yeah. How does that happen?
Yeah, I have to give it back to Nell. Nell becomes uninvisible, and the only way to turn that dude invisible is to get him to think about it and hand it over to you. Okay. Which means we then need to figure out where the hell to put Nell.
Yeah, I was about to say because he has not been here for 3 days to their eyes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay,
those are all
that's
things.
That's what I'm going to try to do. That's a lot of things, though. So
there's a lot of things.
You know what? What's the schedule of this caravan, Bob? Do they sleep, eat, shit? Do we stop every night?
They stop at sundown. They poke up camp.
Mm-hmm.
The actual carts usually contain Morden, and the people aren't with him. And you notice that 2 of the carts have never been opened, and no one has been come in or out of them. And any attempt that you guys have had has been interrupted by someone saying, "Oh, off limits."
Okay, where does Morden sleep? In one of those?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so once Jacoby kind of gives me his plan, I sort of look over to him and I say, what if we can do one better? What if we take Scout's approach and just have him killed, but we don't make it look like it's him?
And we'll have no idea what his orders are or what he's doing.
No. What I'm saying is we leave Nell invisible, and then I sneak in to his room, his chamber, whatever, and I place the stone down there. He'll pick it up and be like, oh, what the hell is this? And then he'll become Nell. And then when he walks out in the morning, we'll be like, oh my god, who is this stranger? And everyone will attack him because obviously look at him. I mean, no offense, Nell. I don't know where you are, but look at him.
Yeah, I'm right here.
It says right in your ear.
Every time. It's like spiders. Anyway, he gets killed because he's clearly not the boss. And then because he took Nell's face, his face goes inside? I don't know how this works.
Yeah, I don't know how death in the crystal works, but I would like to find out and also try. I don't know if I want to do that mission though, or that route, because I don't think we'll still learn anything from it. I think we'll just kill him.
Right. But if his face goes inside the gem, then you can take his face, or Nell can take.
But we have no idea. That's acting off of a wild theory. We have no idea what will happen at that point.
Okay.
But we do know if we somehow swap Nell out with invisibility and then blah blah blah, and then get this guy to somehow think of it, we can then activate it. I can then activate it myself. 1, 2, 3, kill him, and then I will be him, and then his invisible body will be an invisible body.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm still here.
Every time. Okay, so what if we give you your face back, and then we have to hide you somewhere?
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Are you good at hiding?
We hiding it?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound confident, Nell.
It wasn't.
Okay, at least you're honest. If nothing else.
Yeah. I'd like to see me again, please.
What? I understand. I get it. Bob, is there? So obviously this is like a walking caravan of people, right? But there are like carriages or something, like this wagons.
There's three.
Is there a feasible location in which we could hide Nell if we choose to do so? Are these like Western style covered wagons? What are we looking at?
There are two of them have been completely off, and they also have two soldiers walking on each side of them at all times.
Okay.
The one where Mord actually resides in is not covered, or is covered but no security. And there's also the Gaians themselves.
Okay, and since we've been here for like 3 or 4 days, can we, retroactively kind of say that, like I assume Scout would be looking at this kind of thing, but like, can any of us look and see like how is this thing secured? Is it locked? Is there a key? Who has it?
The gate is locked, and Mord has the key to one of them. The other two, you've never seen go in or out, so you couldn't tell.
Trey inconvenient. Okay. I'm not the plan guy. I'm the talky guy. I'm face. In this scenario, where McLocan is B.A. Baracus, apparently. I don't know how to get.
I beg to differ. I'm punchy man. I do not have. My plan is to hit things until they stop moving.
Well, then let's use that.
That's B.A. Baraka, right?
What are your thoughts on aeroplanes?
Do you hate them?
Are you not getting on them?
Where's
I
Scout
got
right
on a
now?
Zeppelin.
That's fair. Do you not get this reference right now, McLogan? Is that what's happening
No.
right now?
It's
It's A-Team. Mr. T is a punchy, fisty guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He also
Hates planes.
devoutly refused to get on planes, and they had to drug him to get him on planes to go.
Fuck.
All right, so I have an idea. Where is McLogan? Where is Scout right now?
I am
You're still a prisoner, right?
Yeah, I'm with the prisoners tied up in the fake like trick knot that we have, and you just see me, and I'm just watching like 3 of like these like guards like move around and just blankly like this. Like,
how many guards are ish around?
The Gaians?
Yeah. They're in this caravan. 60, you said, or
30.
100?
30.
30.
Yes, and there's also, I'd say, probably about 5 guards walking around them at all times. They swap back and forth.
And this isn't a military caravan, is it? It is.
Yeah, we'll call it a military caravan.
Okay. It's not just like there is some guards and the rest are just people. Okay. I was gonna say we could use McLocan as a distraction to then just do everything all at once. But I'm really worried about 3 versus 1 or 3 versus 4 or a 30 versus 4. But I kind of still like it. It's the finale. I feel like we should just do it.
Well, assuming that if the Gaians would fight with them, it would be 49 against 4. Right.
Right.
So.
Right. So that's where. So let's rewind. I want to be talking to the Gaians. Oh wait, I can't fucking speak their language. Okay, so I don't know if there's like a language thing in the game or how you learn languages, because it's never ever been a problem in any game I've ever played in Numenera. But in my backstory, which I sent to you, Deneen is a con man who has at least gotten close enough to the Gaians to steal some of their shit. Is it feasible in the narrative that I can eke out enough words to actually have some kind of a conversation?
Eke out enough words.
Yeah. So the backstory is like literally he's a con man, and his most recent thing is he found himself in hot water stealing artifacts from the Gaians, and because he knew that the Gaians were not friends of the truth, he pulled some strings to get in with the truth, so the Gaians wouldn't kill him.
Yeah, I'll say it's feasible. It's fine.
Alternatively, can I have Nell very, very quietly stand next to me invisibly and translate for me?
Yes, that's what I was kind of hoping was going to happen.
Can they understand the truth?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna
None
have
of them are traitors.
so we're gonna have an elaborate puppetry
we're gonna Cyrano
where I speak and Nell's voice comes out of me like a badly dubbed Japanese film from the 80s and 70s.
None of them know Shin, right? We established that.
No, they all know Shin.
They all know Shin. I'd be fucking talking to these people at the same time.
Yeah, but you're a prisoner. I think they'd try to stop you, right?
I'd fucking let them try.
I kind of want to see that too. I'm okay with both of these outcomes.
That was just to get us in. I feel like we can.
Yeah, I feel like is there one person who's like a leader of these Gaians? Have we identified like the village elder?
Well, that depends on Scout. Scout, have you been trying to talk to them?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll say that you've learned that there is an elder, and they're incredibly confused why they were picked up in the first place. They were taken from their homes from a small village in the north, and they were pulled into this caravan with weapons, guns, and everything else, and they're now being brought here. There are a bunch of military-aged and height-build men, but none of them were. They were all farmhands.
But they're strong because they're farmhands.
Correct. Also, you probably have referenced the war maybe a few times now, and they all look at you completely confused.
Oh, I would explain to them that they're being set up.
Okay.
But at this time, I don't know how to relay messages to Mike. Oh, actually, no, because he's walking up to people, right? And he's like talking to them.
Well, I'm assuming because you're in a Shen gang, right?
Oh, am I? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that you are, probably every time you guys get shuffled around in the morning when you guys get reconnected from your post, because they stick posts to the ground.
Well, so Scott was our prisoner, so we had him tied.
Correct. Right, but they probably re-put him into the chain gang.
Oh, okay. Damn it. My trick nut's gone. I can break it. I'm Hulk Hogan. So I would look and be like, every time Deneen came by, I would look at him, try to get his attention, and see if he reacted or at all or anything like that. If he was like walking and talking to the prisoners and stuff.
I'm going to say because of how his common arts background and he's probably used to receiving.
Yeah, I'm very good at being useless and not looking like I have any reason to be anywhere. That's kind of my shtick.
You just see this.
Yeah, the most obvious. What I see is this, but there's like eye movements happening, like normal, subtle, like.
Yes.
But no one can see it because you have a full face mask.
You see like a wrinkle on my forehead, and you're like, "I think Scout wants me."
Scout needs me.
Coincidentally, this has happened 7 times in the past 3 days.
Yeah.
None of them have been actually.
And I'd check you like, "Hey man, you okay?" I didn't even want you. Let's go. Well, I'm fine. Fine. Shit. I missed the subtle tell.
That was for Jacoby.
Yeah, damn it. I'll let Jacoby come over here. Yeah. So Deneen would walk over every, because he has no point here. So he's just talking to everybody, being very overly and outwardly friendly to like the guards. He'll go to stop and talk to Morden, and he'll make his way to Scout, right? So it doesn't look weird that he's talking to everybody because he talks to everybody. He'll even try to talk and be like, "Oh, hello," to the Gaians, even though he can't speak a word. He can speak like Spanish 1. To the Gaians, and it's enough to get by and ask for the library, neither of which will help them here. But yeah, he will come over to Scout and try to see what Scout's able to figure out.
That one's an elder. All these are mainly farmhands, so they're strong. None of them are military. They were taken from their homes abruptly.
So this furthers the whole this is a farce situation.
And I found 5 mackerel.
How did you're attached to chains and other people
in a desert?
And in a desert.
I found them. They're mine.
I'm not trying to take them. You can have them. How did you? Your hands aren't even free. You don't even have I have all of your things. You don't even have a fishing pole.
You don't need a fishing pole. You just have to know where to look.
Fine.
But I would like to mention I've been watching the guards.
I saw that.
Well,
you had your eye on a particular one.
Oh, 3 of them. Well, there's Morgan. That's not his name, but I'm not going to pronounce his name correctly because he's weird.
You're fine.
But there is 3 of them. 3 of the elite guard. They're all Proxima.
Oh. So. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see, you kill quite a bit of people, and I would assume 3 of you would kill a considerable amount more.
You could say that. Depends on how they're trained. I imagine they're all some sort of fighter glaive of some sort. So,
right.
I'm not a fighter per se. I am a fighter, but I'm not a fighter.
So you're saying subtly that they're better than you?
I'm different from them.
Different.
I fight different than they do.
Different in a worse way, it sounds like.
No. Well, it'll be difficult.
Right.
Because they probably all would target me if I broke out.
Problem is, I don't want any of them to target me, specifically.
They probably won't target you. They'll probably target other people.
Well, they can't target me. I'm invisible.
That son of a bitch, every time! Every time! He just keeps doing this. Has he done this to you, Scout? He just appears...
Yeah, but I hear him walking up.
I don't. It's sand. It's very quiet.
You gotta learn how to listen sometimes.
I listen to people, and
There was 5 sets of footsteps. Only 4 people are currently moving around right now.
so they is it invisible? Oh, he is invisible.
Well, you still hear him, right?
Right. I get it. I wasn't. Anyway, fine. I'm going to tell Jacoby. Stay locked up.
Okay.
Goodbye. Now keep him company or something. And he quickly goes over to tell Jacoby the information that Scout just gave him, because little of it made sense to him. I think we're going to die. Scout said that he's a Proxima, and there's 3 other Proximas here, and they're better than him at fighting. So I think if we fight them, those 3 will kill everyone here, especially me. And I don't want that. Also, the farmers are farmers, and they were taken from their homes, and they don't know anything about a war. And that guy is He's an elder. He's the one in charge, I think.
How many are farmers?
All of them. None of them are fighters. All of the
percentage
guys
of this caravan do you think are farmers and were taken?
All of them. All 30 of the...
So you're saying there's 5 guards?
I guess 29 of the Gaians and the 1 elderly man.
There's 5 guards or 5?
Yes.
No, there's 15.
Oh,
No. There's 15 of them, guards, and one of them. Then there's 3 that are just like Scout but better, and then there's Morden, who has clearly bested us all.
What's the? I'm gonna play a hot game of check the scene right now. Where are we? What's going on? Are we in caravan pre-march? I was just chugging some canteen water, but I don't know. Is it middle of the day? What?
Yeah. So I'm envisioning it as you guys had probably just set off from camp, and you guys started making your moves. It's hard to do it during camp.
March.
Yeah, so you guys are in full caravan at this point. The sun is maybe 2 clicks past sunrise, so you're probably guessing maybe around like 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The scene itself is a bunch of Gaians are chain ganged behind these carts. There are 5 guards on 1 cart, 5 on the back, and then 5 that kind of walk maybe about 30 or 40 feet out in each direction. And then there's the 3 that lead, and then Morden, who's on the horse in the front. And then wherever you guys place yourselves, aside from Scout, who's in the chain gang.
So all right, so I'm trying to figure it. So there's like a puzzle right now between how to deal with this and also how to
avoid dying.
Yeah. But I want to make it exciting because it's the finale. I kind of want to just go nutso and try to kill everybody here because that would be fun. And also
Incredibly
hard, but I like that. We fought a fucking Tarask. All right, so I'm going to. I'm sorry, a fucking Tarask. So the I think that So if we give the crystal to the dude Morden right now, he will turn into Nell.
Correct.
And then Nell will still be invisible, maybe.
Definitely.
But what happens when my body dies and it can't will itself back into the crystal? Am I just stuck as either invisible or whoever was alive at that point?
You're just going to die invisible.
Word.
So it has to. So you have to. Yeah, all right. So you have to trigger the crystal again to become back to you, and then
the crystal stores it seems like it's ripping your color from all of your body into it. When somebody else touches it, it swaps the color that is in the crystal with you.
Okay. So what we need to do, all right, so it's a giant eyedropper tool. So we need to have the dude touch the crystal. No.
He'll become Nell.
We need Nell to not become. Wait, if I become Nell. This is a great.
I've
got I'm doing like some crazy puzzle here.
So if the guy touches the crystal, he'll become Nell, and then his essence will be stored inside of there. If you then touch that, you will become him or anyone else who does. Nell would still be invisible. He will look like Nell, and you will look like him.
Jacoby, I have an idea, if I may. It requires stealth.
I'm in the middle of thinking.
No, I know. I can tell it's painted all over your face. But it requires stealth, sexiness, and a judgment-free zone.
Was that your idea?
Okay, I'll leave.
Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. No, I was telling you what the idea consisted of to see if you were interested in it.
What was it? Seduction, sexy, judgment-free?
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, we wait till nightfall.
Oh, this is the idea.
This is the
Okay,
actual
cool.
plan, yes. And then I seduce one of the guards away from the caravan for a little alone time with...
I can only assume.
And then you, because you're very quiet and apparently an assassin, and Nell, who is literally invisible...
I've never said such a thing.
Kill him. And then we take the gem to Nell, he turns back into Nell, but wears the guard's uniform. And then he sort of blends back in, or at least he's less Nell looking. I feel like he's right here.
Yeah.
Why don't we give the crystal to Morden, and then I take the crystal from Morden, I become Morden, we kill.
Right, but we have to give it to Nell first because it holds Nell's whatever color, skin, face.
I can just blend in with the prisoners.
Right, but they're chained up and there's a number of them, the number equaling 31. It's a very specific number. If they wake up the next morning and there's 32.
Do we have to dump Nell's figure back into the gem?
No,
preferably.
Can just he become? Right, preferably.
It only contains one person at a time. The gem contains one person at a time.
You cannot take. I'm looking around now with my hand in my pocket. Looking around for now.
He's right here.
I'm here.
Right here.
He's gonna pick up sand and kind of like sprinkle it on his head so you can kind of see it falling down.
I don't normally vault with planning.
Like Skinner, the extraordinary gentleman with the face paint.
But what's wrong with this guy looking like Nell?
Because if he dies,
because the Nell
then we don't get Nell back.
Nell again. He would just be invisible.
We don't have confirmation
to make Nell badass.
Here's the thing. We don't have confirmation that if we kill him or if he gets killed looking like Nell, that we can make him touch the crystal and still get absorbed into.
I think you have to activate it. I don't know if we could activate it as you're dead. I think you need to like actually have consciousness.
So did I have to focus when I touched it to get myself back, or did I have to focus when it absorbed me?
Yeah, you grabbed it and you're like, what the fuck is this? Right?
Curiosity was a trigger.
Yeah.
A trigger enough for it. So with that, it could be very easy to just get somebody to be like, hey, look at this. And they go, what? And then they just then they just activate it. So that's cool. Subconscious can activate the gem. What
is your ultimate goal? Should probably start with that.
My ultimate goal is to kill everybody here in this episode, and also learn what the hell those orders are.
That's good.
As that guy.
My plan is Jacoby's plan.
Okay, so start planning on how to kill people.
I just want my body back.
Well, killing the people is going to be probably easy. We just need to just start a crazy riot. But I'm worried about how to figure out the gem puzzle and then do it. All right, so let's just do it. All right. I don't have communications with. Yeah. I guess my character is still going to be like staring up into the sky, trying to figure out like a math problem, and then he just kind of like looks over towards Deneen and goes, I need you to tell the prisoner to have fun.
All of them, or just
the prisoner?
Oh, the one. Oh, right.
Yep.
Yes.
We make Scout invisible. I take his place. The numbers stay the same. He's probably way deadlier, more invisible than I am.
That is true. He is probably very deadly invisible.
More deadly, more invisible. Yeah.
No, I got it.
I'm right here.
That's a good plan. I can hear you now this time.
We can see you. You're covered in dirt.
That's also true. Perfect. That works. We wait till nightfall, and everyone's asleep. We give Nell the crystal. Nell becomes Nell again. And then we give Scout the crystal. He becomes invisible, and then we give the crystal to Nell, and Nell becomes Scout and takes his place. And invisible Scout does lots of killing invisibly. Yes. I feel like this is a win-win. Everyone dies. Nell gets to have a face again, and Scout gets to do all manner of killing invisibly. Possibly nude. I don't know what his plans are.
Okay. All right. Yeah, all right. This is not what I was planning, but I like it. We'll work with it. I'm good.
Perfect.
Good. I also like not planning. I'm good off the even my cardigan. All right, so I'm ready.
In my cardigan.
I would like to. It's the middle of the morning right now, Bob. Right?
Yeah.
I would like to sow deceit.
Okay.
I want to sow the seeds of doubt, my dude.
Sow the seeds.
Yeah. Okay. So we've had several rests, right? So we should be back up to full pools.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So, I'm basically going to do the same thing I did to Morden, but more elaborately, amongst the 15 guards, right? Not the Proximas and not Morden. To basically what I want to do is they're regular soldiers, and regular soldiers aren't often told what the full plan is of why they're doing a thing. They're often given the bare minimum amount of details. So I want to make that shaky and be like, oh, we also work for the truth, but like a different, covert echelon, right? Like we're the CIA operatives to your, army guys.
Okay.
Okay. And be like, you're actually not out here. Like this guy's kind of going rogue, and he's not doing the best of things. And do you think this is more like, do you think this is right? These guys are farmers. They couldn't possibly be terrorists. Look at them. They just work a plow. That's an old lady. Look at that elderly guy there, right? Like that kind of thing. To waver their constitution, and perhaps they won't fight either as hard or at all when shit goes down.
Okay, so you're trying to get them to over or underestimate the group of people, is what I'm feeling.
No,
here?
I'm trying to get them to waver in their belief that the mission they're doing is for the greater good, right? Like sow seeds of doubt in their mission.
Yeah. So is this? Do you have to remove points for this?
I will probably be doing that. Yeah.
Okay. Because they're soldier. This is a roll.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because there's a lot of them, right? And on top of that, there's soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be a difficulty 6.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So they are Order of the Truth, right?
Yep.
Okay, so all Order of the Truth things are automatically lowered by 1 for me, because I have connections with their organization. I am going to activate. I'm going to spend a number of points. I'm going to spend 1 point, apparently. Cool, 1 point. To activate Impart Ideal. After interacting with a character who can hear and understand me for at least 1 minute, you can attempt to temporarily impart an ideal with them. The ideal being... the ideal being this is not a lawful mission. Right?
Don't you? So wait, is that separate from the so doubt?
That's the same thing. That's the same thing. I'm sowing doubt. That's that kind of thing, right? So I'm using my action. So basically, the imparted ideal lasts for as long as the benefits, as long as it benefits the situation. It can be a few hours, can be whatever you want, right? But it costs me points to activate it, so it makes it slightly easier for that. So would you count that as like an asset or something?
Yeah, I'll count that as an asset.
Dope. Cool. And then I am going to use persuasion, and I'm going to say, since I'm not like grabbing them all into a group, and I'm probably doing this quietly, like one at a time as I kind of do that lap around and around like I've been doing, I'm going to use deception and stealth, so that not everyone notices that I'm like, hey man, what's this? What's the deal with this? With the airplanes? What's the deal with that? So it's like one at a time.
Go ahead.
Cool. So I took that from a 6 to a 2. Just so we're clear.
Wow.
And I haven't spent any points except for the 1. You know what?
Wow.
I am gonna spend. I'm gonna spend 2 effort. So a total of 4 points on that one, and I'm just gonna make that a 0.
Just for the record, this is the accumulation of your character. This is what your character was built.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spend 2 out of my pool. I'm gonna spend 2 effort out of intellect like that. So that went from a 6 to a 0, and I'm gonna roll just for fun in case it's a 20. It's not.
You were built
so it
for
succeeds.
this moment to lie to military.
Yeah, to lie to any number of people.
This is what his character was built to do.
Specifically, any number of the truth.
Yeah, so basically, I'm just going around and be like, I heard that these men were just farmers. Is that true? That's strange that we would break into a village. Who sent down these orders? Mordred? That's very strange. We just broke into a farming village, and
After a while, sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
After a while, you notice that a bunch of them are kind of talking amongst themselves, and you notice that they're kind of looking up at the 3 up front. You even hear one say, "I heard they keep the good meat for themselves too." As they're looking up.
It's in that truck, I think, the one that no one goes in.
No.
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 Oh,
It's a boy.
there's a boy in that truck. Interesting. Why?
Orders is orders.
If I think they know why there's a boy in that truck, I'm going to activate my other ability, which is coax information. Okay.
You probably want to take the.
Okay. So I'll take the information about a boy. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to try to weaken their morale. Right? Is the ultimate goal of this situation. And then once nightfall happens, we'll do the old switcheroo, and I will hide under a building.
Okay. So you guys are doing anything else during the day? You want to fast forward to nightfall?
I'm ready to fast forward to nightfall, but before this plan goes out, what's happening exactly? We're just going to give the gem to Scout?
Yeah, I think they're just swapping places tonight.
Oh, yes. Did everyone tell me the plan, or I'm just like sitting in the middle of people just like...
No one's told you the plan yet.
No.
That's the best part.
Or maybe they use Nell. I'm assuming that you guys probably use Nell at this point as someone to transfer information back and forth between the 2 groups.
That works.
Yeah. We spent the entire 7 days figuring that out, and the last day.
If he walks up to Nell, if Nell walks up to him, Scout would look like he's talking to himself as like Nell like whispers to him. I imagine, and he'd be like, "We need."
What?
I think you muted yourself.
Is he just like strangling someone? What is happening?
No,
but you were like a cheerleader. No, we couldn't hear you when you were doing the cheerleader rah-rahs.
No. I was saying, I was like, we need the keys, and I was shaking my wrist.
We thought you immediately started to Maramba. All right, so So yeah, you're still but you're in like a fake knot though, aren't you?
No,
No,
you
no,
get
no.
applied to the
Chain
actual
down.
chain game.
Yeah, use it. Be a badass. Use it. All right. That sucks.
Who has the keys?
That's what I was wondering if I knew who had the keys or where.
Yeah, we'll say that there's a head guard and he probably has the keys. He's not too bright though.
Okay.
Boys at the truck.
I would give that information to Nell.
Nell's gonna try to snag the keys
That's my boy. All right.
invisibly.
Invisibly. So this will give you an asset towards this, obviously. We'll say that this is going to be a difficulty 4, just because he probably doesn't. You're invisible, so.
Okay. And then I get the 1 asset, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And this is gonna be speed, right?
Yep.
Can I stealth over at this time simultaneously over to Scout, unaware that he needs to be broken out, but I have the gem.
Okay. Do you have to roll for stealth? I think you do, right?
No, I can just activate it with points that I have.
Are you and you're doing that now?
Wait, no, I'm just trained in stealth, so yeah, I can roll.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll.
What would you like?
It'll be open-ended.
How does that work with something I'm trained in?
I'll just add a step to it. Right? Does that make sense?
Nope, but I'll do it anyway. Here you go. Hiya! Did I roll the right one that time? So it's a difficulty 4 right now.
Yeah.
8 times.
So because you're trained. Wait. I didn't even see you roll. Did you roll?
I did.
Did anyone else see it?
No, I
Or is
didn't. No, I didn't. That's something.
Yeah.
Hiya!
Okay, so be bumped up to a 3. Because it's night time, I'll bump it up to a 4 as well.
Well, yeah. And
Do
then
you have anything else to add to it?
I have hedge magic. I can perform small tricks. It's pretty much.
Okay.
I could probably. Oh, you know what? I'll just do that. I'll use hedge magic and float the crystal through the grass, or actually through the, I guess, just a little bit off the ground.
All right, and we'll say that you're stealth. You're stealth for now.
Yeah, I'll be in stealth. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So you just see the crystal kind of floating over to you, Scout. Now you're able to grab the keys off of this man, and I'm sure D9 is making his way to try to seduce someone. Is that what was happening?
Yeah, obviously. What else have I done this entire game, Bob?
I'm just saying, is that literally what you're doing?
Yeah, I have to convince one of these military people to have some alone time. They've been out in the field for weeks.
I do not want to RP this with you. Go ahead. Just make a fucking roll, Mike. I'm with you on camera, please.
Cool. Yeah, I am going to.
On camera, chat.
What's the challenge, Bob? What's the rating?
We're gonna say it's a difficulty 4, so it's probably meaningless to you.
All right, cool. So a difficulty 4. I'm going to spend 1 point to use impart ideal, which the ideal is. Come on now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use their orders. So that's to make it down 1 step, making it a difficulty 2. I am going to use deception, and that's it. Just deception. So it's a difficulty 1. I succeed. As fuck.
See that coming?
Yeah. Yeah. The guy is like, thought you never ask. Apparently it's the same guy every time. And he grabs your hand and forcibly pulls you to the other side of the car.
Deneen looks around and notices that none of his friends are around and hopes that Nell is invisible nearby because the plan was to bring someone away and then have them knock him out and or kill him, and no one is near him. So
he's in fact taking you outside of the caravan circle now, and you are now on the other side of the carts, and you notice that there's no one around.
Yeah, Deneen is sweaty.
Yeah. I'm going to DM intrude here.
Of course you are. Go for it.
He's immediately going to throw you down onto the ground and start undressing.
Oh my. Well,
with speed.
I'm going to take it. And I'm going to give Jacoby a point.
Oh, I don't bring me into this.
Yep, Jacoby, you're getting a point, buddy. So Jacoby, you're getting an XP. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to resist, and there's going to be a slap fight will ensue.
You're going to resist?
Yeah.
As you do, he looks at you and says, "Oh, I love it when they fight back."
Oh, I didn't. This is unexpected.
Jacoby, because he gave you the XP, I'll say that where you're hiding in stealth and floating the crystal, you can see him. Yeah, that whole situation unfold. If I have to live with it, so do you.
That plan at all? I think that was just. I think that was a. Jacoby would do anything right now.
Oh wait, why?
Yeah, exactly. But it's happening.
That wasn't the plan. The plan was to switch Scout and Nell. That was an old plan that you confused me and convinced me to do just now. That's what happened. That was not the plan. The plan.
So it's safe to say that if I was in this game, my intellect level would be pretty high right now.
Yep.
What's your points do?
Yep.
Yeah,
pretty good. All right, so I guess so. Let's let that happen. Because I think Jacoby just thinks that that's just a natural thing that's happening.
I mean, it's not a natural thing that's happening.
Right, it's true. I mean, it's just
but in the middle of a plan. All right. I mean, guess it needs to get on its jitters.
You're down one guard. You are welcome.
Right,
You've seen me fight, and it has been very, very bad. So I've done all I can.
That's the best
he could have done.
The way that Deneen could take out one of the guards.
Yep.
All right. So I will. I guess shrug as I see that happen, and then I go, Scout.
Are you yelling for me? Am I invisible?
Whispering. I'm
assuming that you're now getting the crystal, and you now look like Nell. Unless you're not specifically trying not to activate it.
I'm not trying to activate it because
crystal floats towards you, and you hear me going, "No."
Which is funny too, because you're like, "Is he talking to me?" Which I'm assuming is what happened in the game as well.
Hello.
Hi. We're gonna need you to take the crystal. You're gonna become invisible.
Nell needs to touch it first because I'll become Nell.
Okay. Where's Nell?
He went to go get the keys.
Back with the keys.
Okay. Unlock this and then touch the crystal and then I'll touch it.
That's the sound of me unlocking stuff and sucking the color back.
And then make it look like you're locked up and hang on to the keys, and when it's time to start freeing everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Pretend shackle.
All right, so you guys transfer over the shackles. Scout is now invisible, and now you are now Nell again. Who's keeping the crystal?
I am.
No, we give it back to Nell, so Nell looks like Scout.
I still need it.
Oh.
Because I need to be Morden.
Well, can you teleport it back to you, or do you need me to bring it back?
I could take it back.
Okay.
I will spend a intel to take it. It just kind of goes into a brush bush nearby, and you just hear like a.
All I need is my weapons.
Deneen has your bags.
I'm gonna go find Deneen.
So that would mean Nell looks like Scout. Scout is invisible, and the crystal should be empty.
Correct.
No,
the crystal has Scout's essence in it.
No, we gave it to Nell, so Nell looks like Scout.
Okay, so then, yeah, the crystal's empty. Yeah.
Yep. That's the fucking Hanoi Towers of crystals.
Like an iron stone. While I don't touch it and think about it and activate it. Yeah.
I knew adding these rules to the crystal would make a puzzle in some way, shape, or form. I'm happy it's panning out.
I'm liking it. It's
I would say since I was
keeping, could just go nuts, but we need to be smart about it.
Yeah. Since I was keeping an eye on the guards, I know that Deneen walked off with one, and he has my weapons, so I'm gonna go see if he's trying to fight them. That's what he thinks is going on.
You hear fighting noises.
You hear fighting noises. A lot of other people do, and then you just hear a series of chuckles as well. And everyone seems to go back about their business.
Also hears wails of pain, but then they all shrug and go back to their.
Charlie got another one. All right.
So
what's the game plan now? You're going over to D9. Nell, you are kind of shackled. I'm assuming you didn't really lock it. I'm assuming you're like holding it, locking it.
I'm waiting for Scout because I need fractions and I need to inspire the farmers to fight. Actually, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go and make my way towards the sleeping farmers and try to.
Yeah. Keep in mind, you do have Nell there at this point.
Perfect. Nell being actually Scout.
Yeah, Nell Scout.
Nell Scout.
We'll call him Nout.
Nout, yes. Nout is currently not going to be confusing at all. Yeah. Is currently with them as well, and you are now making your way over. Scout, you round the corner and you see this guy bending over D9.
Why? All right, go on.
So
is there another way?
Yeah.
I mean, I know, but would you prefer another way?
It's fine.
I thought you were fighting at this point.
Let's go. Let's scroll right past that one.
I see.
Let's Dragon Age that shit.
Denying losing the fight.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm walking up behind the dude and just going and snapping his neck.
I had him. I had the ring out, and it was just
because he's not looking.
Whatever.
It's going to be a difficulty. I'm going to give you an asset. It's a difficulty 4. This will be an asset.
Okay.
You already gave me the asset.
Wow.
That took me. I was like, it slowly came.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, that is also a phrase.
Yeah.
I am gonna put some effort into this. Oops.
Don't.
Okay. Don't.
Just shut your mouth, Myth. I can see it.
Let me do a micro roll.
Oh, I love it.
How?
What?
Because you're rolling
Difficulty
11.
4.
Yeah, you rolled an 11. It's a 15.
Oh, you didn't actually spend any might. It was difficulty 4 the whole time. So if you spend a point, that would have made it a difficulty 3, which is a 9, which means you would have succeeded.
Yeah, so you succeed. Yeah, you succeed. Yeah, you walk right up and then just snap the guy's neck. He falls to the ground.
At this point, I'm just like, why are you trying to fight when you're not a fighter?
It was an elaborate plan, and there was so... Listen, Jacoby
Why
had
is
19...
his pants down?
I had him right where I wanted him. So he couldn't run away. He had to... Listen, you fight your way, I fight mine. Okay?
Bum first.
Well, sometimes forward. Either way, it happens. I can't throw guns through people. I have this, and he holds up his hand with there's like a thumbtack in his ring. That's all I have. Okay.
What were you going to do with that? Annoy him?
Listen, and he grabs Scout's hand. It smarts. Look, it hurts a little bit.
He just looks. Well, he's trying to grab his hand. He doesn't know where it is.
Oh, that's right. You're invisible. He just reaches out towards you like a hollow man. Oh man, perfect. Whatever. Thank you for your assistance. Fine.
What does this guy have on him?
Your cries of pain or cracking of neck as I followed Scout towards the tent.
Yeah. This is a good question. What does he have on him? He has... We'll say that he has his stun baton.
Okay.
And... Yeah, we'll say that he has a blade as well.
Okay.
Plus his his obviously his uniform and everything.
His uniform's medium armor, I take it?
Yeah.
Okay. And no other weaponry, like any range weaponry that I can give to Dennis?
No.
Okay. I would get my weapons from Deneen, and then I would then take the stun baton and hold it up in front of Deneen and be like, "Do you want this, or just in case someone tries to fight you and you stick your butt out at them again?"
Yes, I would like that.
Okay. Well, here you go.
Also, as a point of reference, that's not invisible.
What?
You holding all the things you just picked up. I can see a floating baton.
Like an armful of stuff.
Yeah, just literally just floating in midair.
Yeah, I feel like you lose all element of surprise because I can literally see just floating items.
I need my maul.
Perhaps what we do, I have a plan. Every time I say that, someone else pops up. The plan is...
You just crushed a guy's head without any weapons. If you do that 30 more times, it'll be...
You do that 30 more times.
Scout, it is... First of all, it is nighttime, and you could just slowly kill them all one by one while they sleep. Alternatively, if you'd like to just have a big battle royale, PUBG style, you can hide them under the ground in the sand, and then in the morning, you just pull them up out of the sand, and now you're a floating sand monster or whatever, and you have swords.
I think killing them in their sleep sounds more fun.
Okay, that's what I thought as well. Fine.
I'm gonna go find the barracks and slowly snap their necks as they sleep.
Barracks is just a...
It's that series of tents right there.
Yeah.
Scout's already gone.
Okay.
Have a good time.
So this is what we're going to do. You are trying to kill them all while they sleep. Obviously, even if I don't know a game system that doesn't make this an instant crit. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to roll me stealth checks. But because there's going to be so many of them, I'm going to bundle them all into it. And I'm going to say that this is going to be a difficulty 6.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my other effort in my edge.
Big stealth guy.
I'm not a stealth guy. I am practicing armor, so I don't know if that helps me.
Yeah, you'll be able to move around in the armor without making noise. I'll count that.
Okay.
Anything that you would probably use in combat too could probably be counted here as long as you give me the fiction.
Jumping and climbing. If I need
imagine, I imagine you can use that.
Like hardcore parkour, lock picking. Oh shit! I know lock picking. God damn it! I could have been picking this goddamn.
Lock picking is not going to help you because they're tense.
Yeah, I know. But it just I read it and I just realized I could have been doing this whole fucking time. Literally.
You're slowly freeing the guys.
Yeah, which is currently going on. So I'll put that in there. So what was the difficulty again?
The difficulty was 6. I think you dropped it down to 5-4, if I'm not mistaken.
4. I'm going to spend 3 speed and drop it down to a 3.
Okay. So you got to beat a 15.
I got to beat a 15?
Yep. Right? 9. Sorry. I don't know why you got 15.
And so I have an edge. What's edge do again?
Edge reduces the amount of points you have to spend.
Oh, okay. So my edge is in speed. So what is that then? Is it 2 points instead
of 3? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
wait. So when you get 3 edge, you can just use effort permanently.
No, it's so your edge is minus the total, right? So if you're spending 2 effort, you're spending a total of 6, which means you minus 2 off of 6. Not 2 and 2 off of each thing. It's a cumulative thing.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's see.
That is probably the wonkiest rule.
Yeah.
Success.
And nothing less. Okay. While this is happening and Scout is slowly going from tent to tent, killing and removing the plan that Denine put forth earlier with his amazing roll, Jacoby, you make your way up to the Gaians. You slowly sleek through, pulling yourself across the sand, and you're so skilled at this point that people wouldn't even notice that there are lines in the sand from when you're walking. There's no footprints, there's no drag marks, nothing. You're kind of moving in the already established footprints as well. Now, as you're sitting there, what are you doing?
Nell's gonna hum to himself a little bit to see if he sounds all robot-y too. Then he's gonna realize he doesn't, and he's gonna show the guy next to him the key.
Okay.
Can we discuss the best part being that fucking Scout has an actual mask on, and now Nell just has the color of a mask on his face because it just drains the color and replaces it. So you can just have like your regular face just has a big mask, and your face has the color of goggles.
but no actual
goggles.
no power licks. Just
This is what it looks like. This is what you just went to that guy, so you're just like, eh.
I just remembered that it doesn't transfer articles of clothing, just the color of the clothing.
The guy sees the key. He looks at you. He locks eyes with you for a second, and then gives a nod, and then starts to undo his children.
Yeah, so he's gonna kind of pass the key off and just try to get the key to make its way all the way to just have him.
Yeah, and you think you feel like it's going to. Jacoby, you get up and you see Nell doing this.
I'm gonna kind of tell the guy, like, wait for the sign.
Okay. He goes in and he does a few more, and then he looks back. He's like, "What's the sign?"
I don't know.
Walks away.
Yeah. We'll figure that out.
It's the guy in way. Jacoby.
All right, so I made my way towards the Gaians because I don't think I knew that
You're rallying the troops. I think you
rally
said.
them. But then there's really no reason to, so I'm going to walk past them and make my way towards the. Try to sneak into the Morden's tent.
Okay. You make your way into Morden's tent with the 4, but Morden's not there.
Okay. Are there any traces of where he would be? Notes behind the tracks?
Yeah. Roll me investigation. This will be a difficulty 3. The reason why it's so hard is because of all the footprints on the ground.
Yeah.
Not really hard, but
Yeah, whatever. All right. I don't really have much of an investigation. I will bump it down though by 1. So it's going to be you said a 3. It's going to be a 2, which is a success. I rolled a 9.
okay. You imagine that he's made his way over to one of the carts.
How many of their carts are there?
There's 2 others, and you notice that all the guards seem to be away from one of them now. They're kind of maybe, instead of standing like next to it or leaning against it, they're probably about 30 feet away from it.
Okay, I will head towards it. I will go find Morden, wherever he may be.
As you move close to the cart, you start to hear, now, it's going to be okay. Your father just wants you safe. That is all. And then you hear the whimperings of a small boy. But you've brought me all the way out here. I liked it back at the complex. Yes, but you're doing good. You're doing the good of the order. And you want to grow up to be Pope just like him? Yeah, but why do I have to come out here? You'll know. And then you kind of see him just, if you're peeking through the window, of course, you kind of see him just giving food off to the boy.
Okay. What a moral dilemma. So does he make his way out of the tent at all? I'm going to wait for him to be alone.
We can wait until he makes his way out of the tent if you want to.
Yeah.
Scout's doing his thing and killing. You are now waiting. D9 is doing what?
Hiding skillfully. No, I have taken the clothing of the guard, and I am on night watch. I am patrolling around and making sure everything's okay. Anytime he looks at me, I'm like, everything's okay. Because no one's getting murdered. And that's it.
Okay.
I'm maintaining the status quo.
Let's hope that Scout doesn't sneak up on you.
Well, I'm the one not sleeping, right?
Okay. The 3 guards are actually up on the tops or at the front, and they're just kind of keeping watch. You notice that they're kind of looking around. Jacoby, he eventually makes his way out.
I'm going to wait for him to pass, and then I'm going to go, Morden, and I'm going to try to casually make myself out of the bush or the
Okay.
place that I'm in, holding the crystal.
Okay.
Have you seen what we recovered?
He looks over and
I hold up the crystal.
No, where did you find that?
This was at the source of the invisible lake. Have you been there? There was a creature. It seemed as if the focus of the creature seemed to be this. It's quite strange. If you touch it, I mean, here. And I go and I then. I'm gonna spend 2 intel just for this to keep it hovering, but I want it to look like I'm holding it, and then I go to pass it to him with my right arm, and
I want to GM intrude.
Of course you can.
Okay. He, from being startled by you just jumping out of nowhere right after he came dealing with this boy, is on high alert, and now you're passing him a crystal, which you could have told him about at any point in time during this adventure, or during this adventure with him, and he's going to be very skeptical, and he's going to put his hand up, and he's going to hold it as you're passing it to him, and he's going to hold your hand and the crystal back if you accept this GM intrusion.
He's going to hold my.
He doesn't want
my right arm.
Yeah, he's going to force push it back, and then just be like
pushing it away from.
Yeah. If you accept this GM intrusion.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, it's quite remarkable, and I just catch it.
He says, "You can give the XP to someone else too." You're accepting it, right? You're accepting it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna accept it. And I'm gonna grab the crystal, and in that I want to activate it. So now I will be invisible, or it now will take my what?
Yeah, it takes your color. You're invisible now.
All right. So now I'm invisible. And I go.
His head kind of turns to the side. I have seen cloaking mechanisms before, but this is something else.
Scout's still invisible?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know it did that. Okay, cool.
Well, Nell's got hit my face on.
Right.
Yeah, it stores
Right.
one at a time.
It only stores one at a time.
Right. Moradin feels a cold hand reach over maybe his side of his neck.
Okay.
And then Jacoby just says, "You should have taken the deal."
His head kind of turns sideways in complete confusion. What? Do you want to do something while he's saying what?
Because now you are in a very, very weak position. That is not a good place for prey. The truth above all else will only be a lie if you continue doing what you're doing. Now tell me what your truth is and what your mission is, or you will be a lie scattered across the sands, like everything else that you've scattered in Key.
You can't see his face, but you imagine he's squinty. He still doesn't comprehend what's happening right now. You dare talk back to me?
I'm not talking back to you. I'm talking down to you because you are in the worst position that you could be in. You are moments from death.
You notice that he goes to reach behind his cloak.
Push my blade out of my wrist blade.
Okay.
It deploys through his neck.
Okay. How the fuck do we make this roll?
I could just do force push with intel, and
Okay.
you could just take all that damage.
Is that the only way that happens?
I don't know if I can't I don't know if I could critical or anything. I could still roll the attack, but I mean I'm like this, and I've got a force, and I've got a wrist blade right here that I'm just gonna force push.
Oh, you moved up to him and did that.
I moved up to him and just held his neck.
Oh, okay. When you said something cold, I thought maybe you had something that snuck up behind him.
Like my cold fingers were just on his neck.
Oh, okay. That explains a little bit more.
You want to retcon anything? You can.
No, you're good. He let it happen just because of the sheer speed of it. Go ahead and make me a speed check first. This is going to be succeeded. I was going to say this is going to be a difficulty 4. You just didn't even minus anything. So yeah, you got it up there, and then he kind of just stood with like cold resolve. And now you're throwing this thing into his neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll the attack. Or the damage is what I'm looking for.
Damage.
Or how much damage do you do?
The damage is going to just be, I think it's uh-oh. There's my wrist blade. It is 2 damage.
4 or 2. All right. It slices into his neck, and I'm going to add a condition to him. So because he's gushing blood now. And he's like, betrayer. And he reaches into his pocket, and you see he pulls out an orb.
This is the same person who I saw twice before, right?
Correct.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not killing some random guy. All right.
He presses the button and then throws it at you and dives backwards.
Can I force push that?
Make me another speed check.
All right. Success. Difficult
Success. As long as you're beating a 4, it's a success.
Yeah, and then I'll spend the intel to push.
I did not see this thing's going this way, but I like it.
So, throws the thing. I react with my speed check so I could then use my push, and then I use the push.
Do you just push it back to him? Like he dove out of the way. Do you just push it to him?
Yeah, that's literally. He was just super quick. It flies out and it strikes into him, and you notice a foam just pours over his whole body. You've seen this before. The foam hardens, and he kind of is just stuck to the ground in place. Hey, motherfucker, he says. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Your whole family is dead.
With what?
He just says as he's trying to push this crud off of him.
My family is very much alive. My family is the Order of Truth. You were one of my brothers, and I will gladly kill down my family to make sure that the better family lives, and that friends and those under the Order of Truth will live above all else. You do know right now that all of your guards are slowly being murdered by the prisoners.
His head kind of turns sideways. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So what are you doing here? Why are you destroying the citizens of Key, and who is that child?
His head kind of turns sideways, and he says very slowly, not all of them are dead. But we're starting a war. We want what they have. We want their eco-fuel. And we're going to get it. And with that, I'm going to jam intrude. I don't know if I have to jam intrude for this, but I kind of want to. Because I want to see where you take this if you deny it.
I deny it.
You hear footsteps behind you, and there's now 3 elite guards behind you. They all seem to have blades out, and all of the blades seem to be humming. Seems to be a slight glow to them as well.
I don't think I can fight 3 elite guards.
While you're thinking about that.
Yeah, you do that.
Scout, you have pretty much taken out all of the guards that have been sleeping in these tents.
How many is that?
We'll say nearly all of them. We'll say all but 5.
Okay.
So which means there's only 4 left because D9 is one of them right now. But you don't know that. You notice that there is, in fact, someone walking behind the tent. Are you moving on to live prey?
Can I roll perception?
Sure.
I want to know what's going on in my surroundings. Like if I notice anything offhand, but who's walking behind the tent? Supposed to be intellect, trade. What's the difficulty?
That's a good question. D9. Roll me an intellect check to see how well you disguised yourself.
Oh, I mean, I can tell you badly. I just put his clothes on. I literally just took his armor and put his clothes on, which is all I said. I take his clothes. Yeah, I'll give you a roll for it.
Just so I can get a base difficulty.
Here.
You succeed, Scout.
Okay.
You can see that this person is kind of limping. And you also see a stun baton on their side.
Okay. And which way are they walking?
They are he's making his way around the camp. And you notice randomly, even though there's no one around him, he's just going.
There's also way too much hip action going on for any soldier to have.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's very apparent. I know who that is.
With the one, very much so.
And then, so what I do then, I go walk back out, and I survey the area to see what is going on.
As you gaze into the corner or out in the back, you notice that there seems to be a white foam that is kind of just coming out from behind one of the carts. This looks familiar to you.
Oh, it does. Yes, it does. I'm going to take one of the weapons from inside, and I am going to have a floating blade or a maul, if there's like a hammer-like weapon, going over to the white foam.
And you're going to say that one more time?
What was that?
Say it one more time. Sorry.
I was going to find a maul or any weapon really, but preferably a maul, and walk over to the white foam area.
Okay, yeah. We'll say that you even find your maul at this point. The only ones that seem to be around now are 4 guards that are kind of looking outward. And you notice that the Gaians are actually, almost all of them have had their thing up, or their chains removed. And at this point, Nell is kind of, how you call it, rallying them up and getting them up and everything else like that.
Okay.
People.
As you just see a hammer wave in the and yeah, I'm walking up to the foam, and I imagine I see the scenario where the guy is laid out or like in the foam, like stuck.
You see the foam, but if you're walking completely around it at this point, you now see. You probably hear it first. I'm going to say, Jacoby, you hear it at first too. You guys hear a beep, beep. I don't know if you necessarily hear immediately, Jacoby, just because of the threat that's now behind you. But Scout, you'll hear it because you don't see the threat behind him and you're not preoccupied by it. But it seems to go beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 beep,
Wait. Skilled with Numenera, do I know that?
Yes. Run.
I would then grab Jacoby and fucking dive.
You don't know Jacoby's necessarily back there yet, to be fair.
Oh, I thought he was like right there talking to him.
No. He's having the conversation with him behind the cart from where you were coming from, at least. I just didn't want to make it apparently, because then everybody would be like, oh, look at this fight that's now happening, and start rushing towards it, because he was trying to get information.
Okay. So I don't see Jacoby.
Not necessarily.
Is there a perception roll I can roll to see if I notice him offhand?
Yes.
Difficulty?
We'll say it's a 4.
Okay. Let's see how we do.
Kind of behind, like maybe about half behind cover.
I do not see him.
At this point, the bomb explodes. Jacoby, you are knocked backwards into the other 3. To be fair, the other 3 are knocked back as well. The cart flips over, tumbles to the side, and as it opens up, you see a massive amount of munitions fall out of it. Just guns, swords, armor, everything just tumbling out of it. This wasn't the one with the boy. This is the other one. At this point, you do notice that coming from the smoke, you kind of see Morden just slowly start to stand up out of the smoke, and his hood is knocked back, and you can see a blast in his face. And as you do, you could start seeing sparks come out of it. And you see lines that kind of crisscross and pattern all throughout it, and they all seem to be glowing blue.
Okay.
He looks at you and then slowly pulls his hood back up. And as he does, Jacoby is knocked back with the other three.
I'm invisible.
I know.
Okay.
He puts the hood up,
All right.
throws his hands down, and you just see a blade come out that starts to glow. A white glow starts to come off of it.
Riot!
Run.
And then I'm charging towards him.
Yeah.
No, you heard the signal.
You start racing towards him. Go ahead and give me an initiative roll, everyone. Difficulty is 4. This is going to be team-based, by the way. You guys versus the 4 of them. Or 5 of them, I guess.
Okay. This one? 12.
As long as one of you guys win, it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's myth.
Yeah.
I rolled the wrong thing. Hold on.
Yeah. So Myth, you, what we'll do is I'll just say it's your side go, and then you guys all tell me what they do, and then I'll say, okay, it's their turn, and this is what they do. So that's how we're gonna go. Doesn't have to be in any specific order on your guys' side, as long as it's you guys and then them.
Yeah.
In case anyone didn't know side rules. Cool. So with that being said, your guys' side, who goes first? Someone go.
Well, I was going to say, upon hearing that noise, Nell would kind of...
All the Gaians are like, Hukaka!
Yeah.
I imagine that's Shakaka, but Hukaka instead.
The Gaians will fight the Watutus.
Yeah. And you notice that they're now starting to run towards the guards. The guards immediately take out their weapons and their batons, and they're just fighting at them. And you notice that the Gaians are just kind of like jumping on them and holding them and everything.
Now, Nell's he's gonna like rally with the troops and go, kind of run towards the tent. Like he's gonna let everybody like charge past him, and he's gonna
Carriage, but yeah. The carriage with their at, just to make double check.
The carriage, yeah, whatever. The buggy, the shopping cart, whatever you want to carry.
Yeah. The cart. Anyway, so yeah, you start making your way towards them. You rallied the troops. Okay, what's everyone else doing?
Speaking of that cart, is there
Ammunition for you to force push into people? Yes.
Hell yeah, the whole thing is. And I saw that as soon as it happened. But are there artifacts? Artifacts, not really artifacts, but artifacts. Ciphers. Are there ciphers in there? Maybe, or things that I wouldn't be able to identify off the bat because I'm out 3 ciphers, and what a great time to get one of them.
Roll me a investigation. Difficulty 5 because there's smoke and everything else.
How about above a 5? I rolled a 7.
How about above a 5? Did you roll above a 5? No.
I rolled above a 5.
You rolled a 7.
You rolled a 7.
It's a difficulty 2.
Oh, I see what you said. I see what you did there. I was like, wait, what? Am I missing? Am I seeing it wrong? I'm like trying to scroll. I'm like, what's happening?
No.
Yeah, no, you don't see anything of value.
Perfect.
At least unless you want to specifically go over there and start rifling through everything.
Yeah, I'll spend my turn going over there and rifling through stuff.
Okay. You're gonna find something, but it's gonna take you a turn's action.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. So that's what you're doing. Denice and Scout.
So all of the soldiers are dead, except
not all of them.
Most of the soldiers are dead. All of them except for the Proximus, right? The soldiers.
Yeah, and there's 3 of them are being taken care of by the Gaians.
Okay. And which of the 2 caravans is on fire?
The one that exploded, not the one with the boy, the other one.
Okay, so the other one, the one that he allegedly sleeps in.
No, there's 3.
Oh, there's 3.
Yeah, but that one's far away. It's not that important.
The one that he sleeps in is far away?
Yeah, we'll say it's like, I don't know, 50 or 60 feet.
Didn't even run through that one.
Cool. You're there.
Okay. He's trying to break into this thing. He knows that what's-his-name has the key to it, but he's going to try to break in anyway. Because there might be basically the same thing as Jacoby, right? He's not fit to fight, and he knows that they're Proximas, and he's definitely not fit to fight those guys. All he's got is a stun baton and a slappy ring. And he's pretty sure that if anyone cool would keep anything somewhere secret, it'd be here.
Okay.
He's trying to break into this room.
So just to set the stage, so we're all looking at the same thing. It is nighttime in the desert. Everything's pitch black. The only thing that's giving you guys light at this point is the massive bonfire that was set in the middle of this camp.
Yeah.
3 carts are along the outside. One of them is now exploded with a bunch of some now damaged, but broken or regular munitions as well that have fallen out of it. The other cart contains the boy in the center, and then the far one is the one that you just ran to, which is his. Scout is now standing in front of Morden, who just had some freakish accident happen, and not freakish accident, but has revealed some freakish secret about himself. And Jacoby ran away from the Proximas and is now rifling through the munitions. Nell is racing towards you guys. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a something or another to break into this. How do you want to do it?
Well, first of all, I reach in my bag and I throw one of my glow globes into the air, so it's kind of like floating and it's glowing next to me. Or holding it, whatever. I don't know how glow globes work. But I have those. And what is this made out of?
Wood. We'll say it's wood.
It's wood? Okay.
Yeah, it's probably a wood with like maybe like metal shingles or something on top.
And so this is just like a standard lock, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, without a doubt. Can you box or?
No, I'm not trained in it, but I'm going to wing it. What's the difficulty?
Because it's not like a super advanced lock and it's on the side of a cart, I'm going to say that it's a difficulty 4.
Okay, cool. I am going to take this buzz baton and bash it a bunch.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a bunch, knowing your strength.
Actually, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to... This is a buzz baton, right? So it's a stun gun, basically?
Yeah.
A stun baton? Cool. I am going to use 2 intellect points, so 0, to boost the power of this up higher.
You have 0 intellect?
Yeah, well, it costs 2, and I have an edge of 2. So it costs 0. Yeah, so I'm going to spend...
You're at 0 intellect.
I'm going to spend 0. And I'm going to juice this bad boy up. And
try to melt the lock.
I'm going to try to melt the lock with this thing.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Cool. So does that count as an asset?
Asset? Yeah, okay.
100%. So difficulty 4 with an asset. I am not trained in anything here.
Beat a 9. Odds are in your favor.
Go for it. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna. What would? I don't know what this pool would be. I guess it'd be might, right? Because I'm trying to force the lock. Yeah, I'm gonna spend 3 might out of my pool to force this thing. 3 might to make that a +1 effort. Cool. Let's see what happens here. Fucking yeah. Succeed.
It opens up, and as it opens up, you can now see the darkness inside. Are you going in?
I have the glow globe, so I see the whole thing.
Yeah, you notice that there's a bed on one side. The windows have the curtains drawn back over them, and there is a small wardrobe on the other side.
Yeah, he's gonna go in and start. He's gonna glow in and like look out and then close the door and just start rifling through this place.
Okay. Because to move things along, I'm gonna jump ahead and we'll come back in.
Yep.
Next turn. Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Scout, what are you doing?
I am literally probably mid-air charging at this guy with my maul and about to bash him in the other side of the face.
Yeah. Go for it. Difficulty 5.
Okay.
Actually, no, I lied. Difficulty 6.
Okay. Can I use jumping because I'm jumping at him?
Sure.
Okay. I think that's it. So I got difficulty 5 right now.
You have nothing else to apply the cost on the might roll?
Let me spend 3 might.
Okay.
And then I'll lower it to a 4.
That's a 12.
Yeah. And my defense is for defense. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. I'm not really a combat character. I don't know if you guys know that. I just fucking hit shit hard. So let's.
Someone's fucking gotta be.
let's do it.
There you go.
Okay. So he takes 4 damage from a
Is that
wall?
how much damage you do? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You slam into the side of him, and he kind of moves off to the side. And as you hit it, it kind of seals. What's your maul made out of?
My maul is probably made out of dense metal.
Okay, so this definitely has the feel. You can feel vibrations as if you just slammed into metal.
Okay. As I say that, I'm like, oh, so you're not human. That explains why the Proxima like you.
Okay. On their turn, he's to keep the combat going between the two of you. I'll go him first. He's going to just cock his head sideways and say, very good. And he's going to thrust his hand out towards you. And you notice that on the tip of his hand, you see something blinking.
Okay.
So how are you defending against this?
What's he do? He's thrusting his hand out, and
Right, but there looks like to be something on the tip of his finger that he's trying to push onto you.
Obviously, I'm going to use my might defense and be like, and like, as I hit him in the face, and he's like going to reach out, I'm like swinging them all the other way to hit his hand.
Well, we'll go through that the next combat, but yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, this is like, I figure might defense is like parrying. Like, I'm not trying to.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, for the purpose of doing the damage and the actual attack for that, we'll worry about that on the. You got your next turn. Well,
okay.
Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
6. His difficulty is always going to interacting with him is going to be 6.
6. So, might defense lowers that.
You're muted, by the way. Oh, you're muted. Not talking to us. Go ahead.
Oh. Perception?
No.
Okay. I tried.
Pickles? No.
Yeah. Skilled with Numenera? No, that's not going to work in this.
Most definitely will.
It will? Okay. Let's do that then. I got to down to 4. Yeah.
You got that? No.
Hold on. No,
that's a failure.
Yeah, that's a failure because the effort was in there. I'm sorry. So
yeah, he slams into you and his hand hits you with almost lightning speed. As the beeping touches your skin, he pulls his hand back and there's now a small circle on your skin that just has this light that's beeping. He rears back as if he's going to make or waiting for your attack to come back from the parry. Moving on. The 3 guards, we're going to do them all at once, start to charge towards you, Jacoby. Desperately seeing what you're doing and trying to pull you off of that. They move at you with lightning fast speed. Only because Denise left and Nell is not there yet. Okay, so they run up to you and one of them tries to grab you on your back, and it looks like he's trying to grapple you. These guys are 3 and you're still muted. I mean, we can't hear you, but yes. I'm assuming that you're thinking really hard about it.
Are you muted on the call?
Yeah. Well, all three of them were running at him, and they're going to grapple him. We'll hold on to that, and we'll roll that all onto your next turn. So your guys' turn again. Scout, go ahead and make your attack back, I'm assuming? I don't know what you're doing on your turn.
I was actually muted.
I was like, what's happening now?
So let me try to do another might attack. That no.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah, you are.
I have no idea what.
No, you fail. You try to swing down on him again, but he kind of just floats back, and you notice that as he moves, it's almost as if there's an after image behind him. As he dives backwards, you can still see him, and as you swing through it, it just kind of fades to where he actually is.
So can I use perception my next attack then?
Yeah, you used it the first time too.
No, I didn't.
No, you did not use it, but you'll be able to use it this time.
Okay.
Jacoby, they go to grab onto you. How are you avoiding this?
Well, it's still their turn, right? They're grabbing onto me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, sweet. I'm going to spend some effort to then reduce a speed dodge. They're what, level 5?
4.
They're level 4. He's level 6. They're level 4. Okay. Now it's 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're 3. There's down. You dropped it down to a 2.
Sweet.
I apologize.
All good. And hiya! I beat them. Take that.
But yeah. How come you guys aren't doing that damage on the actual attack rolls?
No, I get plus 1 damage. So take a damage. Could I do that? Could I just give them a damage by reacting somehow?
Sure. I'm counting them as 1 unit for the sake of time. But yeah. So you're force pushing them, you said?
No, I'm just using speed to react. If he's going to grab me, could I grab his thumb and break it for 1 damage?
Yeah, of course. And you kind of push the arm back too, and it stops the other 2 and pushes them back. You notice that they now get out their batons, that they have gotten your attention. Nell, what are you doing?
Running real fast. Gotta go fast. Towards what?
You're there.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you couldn't hear me again. When I come around the corner, if they're in the middle of a tussle, I'm gonna throw something at this guy.
Warded?
Yeah.
Okay.
I accidentally deleted the name and forgot the actual name of the cipher, so I just called it the screwball, but it's that little metal thing with the screw
I
in
know
it.
what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember it.
So Nell's just going to kind of come around the corner and just...
And the camera kind of follows it as it goes out wide to the right and then hooks back in like a curveball, slamming into it. And as it does, you notice that the end of it bursts open and 4 little screws push their way out and start drilling. You have to make a roll for this, right?
I think his cipher just does it.
Yeah, I think it does too. How much damage does it do?
Equal to the cipher level, and it's 5.
Okay.
If the target is made of metal or wearing metal, such as armor, the difficulty of the attack is decreased by 1 step.
The difficulty of your attack, right?
Yeah, you still got to make a regular attack. You're throwing it, or it's a ranged weapon. It's a speed attack, so it's speed.
It's a speed attack, yeah.
Okay.
And they are made out of metal, so.
So you're throwing it at which guy? The main guy?
I tried, yeah.
You don't have anything that's going to reduce the speed roll? You don't want to spend effort? Use an XP?
I was thinking about using an XP, so I'll use an XP to re-roll it.
Do you want to spend effort on this, or?
I don't. Yeah, I guess I do have 2 effort, so. All right.
All right, so you're going to drop it down to a 5, and then a 4 because of the actual item itself. And then now you are re-rolling. Do you have anything else to add to the roll?
Not necessarily, no.
How many effort did you spend? Just 1?
I'm sorry, say again?
How much effort did you spend? Just 1?
I have 2.
Okay, so it's a difficulty 3 instead of that. So you got to make a 12.
Gotcha.
Just on nick of time. The screwball slams into the side of him, and then you can hear and see sparks and flashes of light as it drills into the side of his arm. He looks, it's trying to knock it off, but it's ripping gears out. And it's kind of just digging in deeper. It embeds itself into him, and notice his right arm goes limp. He kind of turns and he grabs onto nothing because it's not his turn. Denine. Inside of here, you find what appears to be Order of the Truth scroll that is sealed. You also find a few grenades.
I open the seal. I take the grenades, obviously, and then I open the seal.
Okay. I don't want to read this to you right now, but they are a set of orders.
Okay, cool. I realize that they're orders. I scroll it back up. I put it in my bag. And how many grenades do I find?
3.
I take them.
Okay.
And I'm running back towards everyone else.
All right. So you start sprinting backwards. Scout, you already went. Jacoby, it is your turn.
Wait, I have 2 turns, right? Because I didn't do the last one.
No, that wasn't your turn last one. That was, you went to go search.
Oh, right, you're right. Yeah, it was my reaction. All right. So I am going to, I spent last turn rummaging around for a cipher. I grabbed one. How would I activate it? I don't want to know what it does, but how would I activate it?
Press a button.
Okay.
The arranged attack.
How would I activate it towards a target?
You feel as if you throw this thing, it's going to act like a spear.
Okay. I will throw this thing towards the guy who's got the broken thumb, not him, the other guys. I'm going to throw it in their direction. I don't know what this thing does, but I will activate it.
Okay, go for it.
So I guess we just roll a random cipher as I activate it.
Yep.
Do you want me to roll I
already rolled.
Okay, great. So I throw mystery weapon. Hopefully it doesn't buff them.
Yep. You notice that it is a metal tube.
Okay.
That's filled, but it's tube shaped, cylinder shaped, and it does have a button on it. And as you throw it, you see what appears to be arcs of electricity coming off the back and the front of it. They kind of, as it's flying, it almost moves like it's
like a metal map case with a flashlight that's electricity. Like, yeah.
And halfway through, it kind of stops midair. The energy on each side forms into a blade, and then it launches itself exactly where you were throwing it.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, so I'm throwing it. I was throwing it generally at both of them, so I guess just one of them, if we want to do it that way.
Oh, this is area effect.
What?
It's an area effect. Roll me a 1d6 plus 2. And you still have to make the ranged attack, by the way.
Makes it way cooler than me. Oh, I still got to make the ranged attack. Okay. 7. And
7.
then the ranged attack is going to be, it's ranged. Let's just say speed then for throwing, I guess. Yep.
Difficulty 3.
Success.
Ooh, plus the 2 damage. Oh, man. The arc spear rushes past the head of the one in front of you that you broke the thumb, and just as it gets into the middle, arcs of electricity burst out, and you notice as they hit them, they start shaking and convulsing. Foam starts to come out of their mouth as their eyes roll between their head, and as it hits the ground, it's just kind of sitting there, stunning them in place as the electricity continues to pump into them.
I kind of like look at the arcing electricity, and I kind of go, and then I start to strut towards the this dude who's got like holding his thumb and shit because I fucking broke it, intimidating him, trying to.
Yeah, go ahead and make a roll for it.
I'm gonna go and murder those people that are.
Yeah, go ahead and make the roll.
Which the intimidation?
Yeah.
How would I, Scout? What are these pools? Am I right? Is it
intelligence for? It depends how you're intimidating them. I would say intelligence if you're like. Sometimes I might use might because I'm like being brawny.
The situation is kind of supposed to intimidate them. How would I? I guess how would I?
You did just use by force though, so I can see.
But he could also be giving an atmospheric vibe, which I think would be based off like intelligence.
Yeah.
I can see both of them working, so it's up to you.
Yeah.
Because I could use speed and intel and other things, and I'd never used might, so I'm gonna do that. Makes sense. I'm gonna reduce and roll with 13.
You succeed. He kind of sees you and sees his broken arm, drops his weapon on the ground, and then turns around and starts to flee.
Cool. I'm pretty sure somebody else will take care of it. I'm going to, then I will spend either this turn or next turn murdering those two on the ground.
Okay. It'll probably be next turn. All right. Start of their turn. Well, now her turn, or his turn. He goes to try to thrust into you again, Scout, with the finger as well. And you notice that his next finger is also blinking as his hand comes pushing towards you. He successfully dodged your parry and your counterattack and is now moving forward with his left hand. You're muted.
I'm going to use my might defense, but this time I'm bull rushing towards him to instead of like trying to parry, and like so when he goes to reach his finger, I'm moving in, shocking him a little bit, and like just ramming my fucking shoulder into his like solar plexus area to like push him back, where then like I get him in the air and I can swing at him.
Right.
So, what's the difficulty on that?
Considering your 3.5e charging, we'll say it's still going to be the attack, or this is a defense against him. But this is still going to be the 6.
6, okay. So I have might defense, which takes it to a 5. Perception. Is it the perception still work because he's still? It's only going to work on the attack.
That's only when the attack, right?
Okay. I don't think jumping would work. I'm gonna spend 3 might and lower that to a 4. So I'm spending 1 effort. And then I'm gonna roll it.
Go for it.
11. No.
Wait. What did you drop it to? You dropped it to the 3?
I dropped it to a 4, and then I put the effort in there.
You dropped it to a 4 and then put the effort. I'm so confused. So are you dropping it to a 3?
I don't know how this fucking thing works. So
okay.
Because I spend 3 points and then I lower it, right? And then the effort comes in there, right?
What was it prior to the effort? 4 or 3? Oh, yeah. So you dropped it to a 4, so no, you don't succeed. You need to roll a 12.
Do I want to spend the XP? No. Okay.
All right. It is your guys' turn at this point. Jacoby, we'll say that you're in the process of finishing them off. Do you want to just give the fiction?
Murdering 2 peeps.
Yeah, they're stunned, so you want to give the fiction?
Oh, gives the fiction. So they're stunned, freaking out, foaming at the mouth. I scared that guy off. I'm still continuing my strut. Wrist blade is out. I think it's probably been out, still covered in blood since Morden.
Yeah, stabbing it into his.
Yeah, and then I just stab into those, like right into their sternum.
Assassin's Creed style.
Yep. And then just leave them to bleed out. I don't care to make sure they die swiftly, but as long as I know that they will not survive the wound. And then,
without a doubt.
On to the guy who's running, or if something else happens, but that's how I'm going to spend my turn.
Okay. I'm going to DM Intrude.
Okay.
This is for... I'm doing it on your turn. No, I'm doing it on Scout. Scout.
Yeah.
You notice that as you are fighting, and you notice that the ball is still digging its way in, seemingly ripping him apart. Yeah. And you do notice that he is getting a little bit tired and weak. He kind of... You notice that his left pinky detaches itself and then falls into the ground.
Skilled with Numenera. Do I know what that is?
Skilled with Numenera, I'll let you roll.
Okay, I'll roll an intelligence. What's the difficulty?
This is going to be hard. This is going to be a 7 because you probably have not seen this before.
So lower it to a 6.
Lowered it to a 6.
What's 6 at 18? I gotta get really high. I'm gonna do it just with the skilled with Numenera. I don't think I have anything else that would really work with it anyways.
Okay.
So let's see. Well,
That happened.
I want to say
Take your XP and give it to someone else.
Oh,
That happened.
I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna give it to Deneen, who's got 3 grenades right now.
Yeah.
So the minor effect would be because the role, I imagine I already know what it is. Can I say the minor effect? I see where his weak point is, and I can add 2 damage to the next attack damage.
I'll do you because I feel like this is actually one better. You can see where his weak point is, and it's going to make all of your ongoing attacks against him -1 step.
Okay.
Is that because I feel like your damage isn't the issue right now? The hitting him is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to focus on that. So what is the little pinky thing?
You have heard tale of people being able to hide portions of their body as pieces of Numenera that they can store a message in and then send it, and it will find the person the message is going to.
Okay, so it looks like it's burrowing and trying to get away.
Yeah.
Am I able to grab it and attack?
Not both in the same turn.
Am I able to attack it and him at the same time, like doing a golf swing into the sand?
This is going to increase the difficulty to 7. So automatically drop down to 6 because of one ongoing. But remember, this thing is small. It's the pinky, right? And you're trying to precisionally hit that and then sweep up into him while it's in midair falling off of his pinky.
Oh.
By the way, I took this idea from a Warforged.
Yeah. So can I, in turn, just attack that? Would that still be really difficult?
That's still gonna be a 6. I don't think you're gonna get the. I'll say you get the -1 for it too, as well, just because you got the minor effect.
Okay, so the -1, and then I think I'm using speed on this one, so I'm gonna spend 2 effort and raise it. Give the 1 effort. I don't have any assets. I
believe in you.
Perception for this one, since it's an attack.
Yep.
Okay, let's try it. Speed attack, going for the pinky.
Here they are.
Okay.
All right, so +4 damage is what you're getting because it's an attack.
I want. Can I have my major effect that
It's either or, because you're doing an attack, you get the +4 damage.
It's either or all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, so you can just get to choose.
Yep.
Okay, so you either get the +4 damage to it, or you get the major effect.
Ooh. I'm gonna do the +4 damage to make sure it's destroyed.
Hoping that it destroys it.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much does your Mount Maul do?
Total.
8 damage in total.
Yeah.
Okay. You smack it, and it flies off into the distance. You see it sparking as it goes. You don't know if you destroyed it. Remember, it's free falling, so you're pretty much playing baseball at this point anyway. But you don't know if it destroyed it, but you definitely fucked it up.
Yeah.
If you didn't destroy it, you fucked it up bad.
Yeah. Okay. That's my turn.
Yep. Denice.
That's
Actually,
me.
no. What are you doing now?
Nothing.
I mean, you ran up.
Yeah, I mean, I ran up. I hit the guy with the thing, and yeah, I guess I'm just gonna keep charging him and try to pin him down for.
Okay, cool. Make a might check.
A what check?
Might.
Might. Okay, you did say might. Not that you said. I'm not sure what you said. I don't know what the difficulty was.
Success.
It was difficulty 6.
Yeah.
It says
Do you have anything to minus this?
No.
Okay. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, you go to run up and try to tackle him, but he kind of turns to the side. Oh, he's giving you a reroll.
Perfect.
He kind of turns to the side and you just kind of run past him. You also see the mirror image as well moving behind him. So he kind of moves. You don't really see it right away. And then you see it fade to where he actually is. Denies.
Where is what's his name? Whatever the fuck his name is, the bad guy.
He is currently engaged with Nell and with Scout.
Okay, but he's visible to me, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so I.
But Scout's not.
Right, that's fine. As long as he is, I can get to him this turn, right?
There's blinking lights floating in the air.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I stopped really quickly because I ran all the way down there and was able to search the place and kind of get back here. So this turn I'm going to stop really quick. I remove one of my scarves and I tie it around the neck of each one of the grenades, and then I tie it together, kind of like a bandolier, but a little bit too small. And then I run towards this guy, and as I'm doing that, I'm pulling all of the grenade pins and then putting it over him like a lei.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. This is going to be a roll. I'm just trying to fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
I guess speed?
It's going to be, I'm going to roll speed, for sure.
Yeah, well, it's difficulty 6, so you're attacking.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. I am going to do this as quietly as possible, right? Because he's currently engaged. So stealth, of which I am trained in.
Sure.
Right? I'm trained
I'll
in
allow
stealth.
that, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want him to see me coming up with a bandolier of grenades to put around his neck. So stealth, and I think that is it for stealth. And then I'm going to spend 5 points out of my might pool to drop this down, to add 2 effort to this, rather. That makes this a difficulty 3 check. And I'm going to roll it. And I'm going to spend an effort. And I'm going to spend an effort.
You mean XP?
XP, that's what I meant. Oh, fucking Christ. Oh, God. Thanks for that last XP, Scout. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I said you have 3 grenades. You're going to need them.
I didn't
All
even.
of you guys are kind of now standing around him. Jacoby just finished and he's turning around. And you see all 3 of these grenades blinking.
You see Denise sneak up by the side of the vehicle and just look to you guys who are in the throes of combat, and then he raises his hand and drops it like a lei over the top of his neck, and he looks out behind the guy who's a giant of a dude compared to me and goes, everybody run, and he just starts to sprint out of the way.
Oh man. And what do you guys do? I'm assuming you guys are all running?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The grenades, he looks back and he almost looks defeated, because even if he throws it at this point, these things are about to go off. And he looks particularly at you, Jacoby. And all you can gather from him is, I'll be back. As the explosions go off, his body is ripped apart, and you can see robotic parts flying everywhere, electricity surging. The explosion takes out the cart, but not the second cart, but all of the munitions. Even the Gaians are kind of holding their hands back and falling backwards because of the sheer strength of this explosion. And then the dust settles. And looking around, standing there, is just you, the Gaians, and for the first time, coming out of the cart is what you can see as the Pope's son. And all of you guys are just kind of standing there watching the bonfire from the cart of munitions. And you guys want to say anything for the end of the episode?
Why are these fucking blinking things on my arm?
They go out immediately.
Oh, they
He
do?
didn't get a chance. Yeah, he didn't get a chance to pop the explosions.
Do we know?
Oh, fucking. I thought I was going to lose my arm.
You were going to.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Jacoby?
Do we know if it's the Pope's son? Do we know?
Yeah, 100%. You would have seen him around before, yeah.
Scout goes to hunt down that other Proxima that ran away.
Scout takes off into the night. What's everyone else doing?
The dust is settling. Actually, no. I'll wait.
Do we all? Is this common knowledge that the Pope has a son? And because, like, I mean, Deneen's not super religious or into the order. He just had a few strings.
Yeah, it's not. Remember, they're not a religion,
right? But he's not into the Order of Truth. He had a few strings to pull to get out of trouble with the Gaians.
He's a bastard son, but nevertheless, yeah.
Is he a Gaian?
No.
Okay. Yeah, he looks to Jacoby as he sees this kid like walk out of the vehicle, and he's like, who's that?
That's the Pope's son.
Seems like a strange place to be for the Pope's son.
Yes. And I guess as the dust settling,
yes.
yeah, as the dust is settling, like there's blood stains, like soaking the crimson mud of the sands. There are some bodies still foaming and choking out from their lungs, filling with blood. Also, burned bodies and people screaming, and some of the farmers waking up and rousing for the hazardous morning they've had so far. And I guess as this is happening, and as this in the background, Jacoby looks at the Pope's son and says, and then holds out his hand as slowly the wrist blade goes back into its wrist, or into the wrist holster that he has, and he holds out his left hand as if to grab his hand. Says, "Come with me. You'll be protected as the truth above all else."
And right before that, right before the curtains close, he says, I think they were going to kill me. And then we'll end the season there.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
That makes so much more sense than what I thought was happening. Oh, man.
They were going to kill him and make him look like the Gaians.
The Gaians killed him. I did not put two and two together at all until that very last bit, and now I feel dumb.
We're in Numenera of Thrones right now.
Newman Thrones.
Thrones.
No, actually, that was perfect. The Numenera of Thrones.
Yeah.
That being said, guys, welcome to season 4 or season 9. What season is this? Season 9 of Numenera of Thrones. Starting back up in a few weeks will be the final season of Numenera of Thrones. But for now, we have our amazing cast and crew. This was the season finale. We'll be back. Here is the first announcement. We'll be back on April 8th with a season 2 of the Knights of Truth. You'll see the same faces, possibly new characters. We'll see. But for now, you have us here.
Truth Furious.
Yeah, at least.
Is what we're going to be calling it. Right?
What is it called?
Truth Fast, Truth Furious.
Yeah.
The Numenera edition.
Yeah.
So I'll go around here, get your thoughts on this campaign, this season, and where we can find you guys in the internet. We'll start with Frags. Frags, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to? And what did you think of the season?
I had fun. The story had its, topsy-turvy twists and turns. Yeah, it was enjoyable. But yeah, no, I had a good time. KW Frags, that's me. And my vote for the name of the second season is Knights of Truth with the two instead of
I like that as well.
That's my vote.
Okay, cool. For more puns, I'm sure. Myth, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to? And what did you think of this season?
Man, my name's Myth. You could find me over my channel. I stream sometimes. I do role playing as well. Speaking of role playing, this game had so much fun. I was playing a character that I didn't really have a character for a while, and then we finally figured it out. And he's this neurotic hipster of an assassin, and I think it's fucking badass. Had a lot of fun with him. I think he really started to come together. I think when I jumped off of the blimp and then landed on the other skiff
and drag my ass with you.
And I was like, all right, I think I know the character. But yeah, it was super cool. I'm really excited for Truth Fast, Truth Furious season 2 of Knights of Truth. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I can't wait. It's been like out of the frying pan into the fire kind of adventure this whole time. Every episode has been a new encounter and a new adventure, which I love, and you don't see a lot of that these days, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much, Bob. Good night. It's been wonderful. And also everybody here on the crew, thank you for being aboard and playing, and everybody out there watching or listening, thank you for doing so, because we get to play this again because of you guys. So thank you so much for that.
Hell yeah,
thanks guys.
Hell yeah. That being said, let's jump over to McLoken. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to, and what did you think of this season?
Hi, I'm McLoken. I really love the season. This is my first time playing Numenera. I like Scout a lot. I think he's a very interesting, dickish character to anything that's not, or anything that's human. Super nice, anything that's not human. If season 2 is going to have that name, I think season 3 is going to have Quaver Cleft Drift as the third season title. I had a blast. I will be bringing Scout back for season 2. As long as he's not dead. I have to level him up because I have 5 experience, so yeah.
Oh, you guys are tearing up.
Yeah. I am emotional.
Yeah, figuratively and literally.
Wow.
But yeah, you guys can find me on a couple different shows. I'm on Tomorrow Encounter Roleplay's channel doing World Tree Burns. I believe it's the final or second to final episode for the season. I think it's the final episode. And then Rogue Trader, which is going to be on MetaMaster's channel, doing some great. Apparently, I'm going to summon Slanesh at some point because my character has lots of orgies. So that's me. Follow me on my Twitter. I tweet out my streams at McLoken. Love you guys.
Perfect. And last and always least on this show, Bob, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to? And what did you think of what I believe is your first time running a full campaign of Numenera?
Yeah. I did not expect this to go anywhere near this. Originally, I wanted this to be a dark and gloomy choice-based game where choices have consequences, and then it just kind of turned into a pulp game, and I kind of like it. Regardless of which, usually things that you put together do have, change, and it works out. I love all the players. I'm so happy that you guys were up for playing with me, so that makes me really happy. Other than that, you can find me on Dice and Heroes. I can't wait to find out what happens in this next season, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Fantastic. I also can't wait to see what happens this season. I had a blast. I love Numenera. I love Cypher in general. I love Monica games. So the big spoiler is that next entire season is all Cypher System games. So we have Numenera, we have Predation coming, and we have me running a Cypher System game. So there's one full season of all Numenera and Cypher System games, which is going to be super dope, and I cannot wait. I just spent the entire day making a document for mine, and it's going to be dope. And this game was equally dope, and I cannot wait for season 2 and to fuck things up. Or, not, whatever. See what happens.
Not a fuck up if it goes in the right direction.
Yeah.
That direction, to be fair.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. That being said, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the donations, the subs, all that fun stuff. And we're going to go raid our friend Greg over at Grimjack21502 and Tales from the Grim. They're currently playing the Lady Blackbird RPG, where they are space lovers in a dangerous space time or something like that. It's an amazing game with amazing role players, and it's a blast. Go check them out, guys. And from all of us to you, bye-bye.